ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಮೆಚ್ಚಿನ ದೇವಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಅವರನ್ನ ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬರು ವಿಶೇಷ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಂಗೀತ ಸಂಯೋಜಕರು, ನಿರ್ಮಾಪಕರು ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಚರ್ಚಾ ನಿರ್ವಾಹಕರು ವಿ ಧರ್ಮೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Hi, good evening everyone. I saw this was a nice turnout this evening. Also, I was standing outside, a lot of people were eager to come and be a part of this. Also, see a lot of familiar faces here and a lot of young talent who are here to learn about music and cinema. So it's a great thing for us to be here and be in front of you and whatever information that we can give you about music and cinema. So the topic was actually magic of music in films, right? But the magic is so huge, I don't know how much of the magic we can cover in the short span that we have. So music itself is a part of the magic, you know. There are a couple of things when you talk about cinema. Cinema is always about your eyes and your ears. So we, in terms of music, are the ears for cinema, and we create the magic for ears, is what I believe. So, how many of you here are musicians? Are any musicians here in the house? Give me a cheer, loud cheer. Awesome, awesome. ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಸಾಧು ಕೋಟೆಲ್ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು.
ಸರಿ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು DSP ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೇಳಿ ಬೀಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮೈಕಲ್ ಜಾಕ್ಸನ್ ನೋಡಿ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಬೀಟ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದವರು. ಆ ಮೂಡನ್ನ ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು DSP. ಬಂದು 4 ವರ್ಷ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಒಂದು ಈ ವರ್ಕಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯ ಪೂರ್ವಕ ಅವರಿಗೆ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಸರ್. DSP ಸರ್.
Thank you so much sir. Thank you. That's so sweet. பேர்லயே இசை இருக்கு கோகிலான்னு சொல்லி. Thank you so much sir. Thank you.
So also ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ about Sadhu sir. Sadhu sir was the person who brought me into the industry. My first commercial work as a musician was with Sadhu sir. So he, in a way that he introduced me to the film industry. Yes. ಹೌದು.
சாது சார் வந்த உடனே பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் மைக்கேல் ஜாக்சன் அந்த ரேஞ்சில சொல்லிட்டு I'm like super happy today. My day is made. I think I can go already. My day. Love you sir. Thank you.
So firstly, I think there is no need of any introduction for DSP sir, because I think national award winning music composer.
100-year-old person.
Of course. So I think I'll skip that part. Maybe I think I should introduce myself. I am Dharma Vish, and I've been working as a music producer, musician, and also music composer for the last 20 years. And there was a time when I moved to Mumbai in 2014, but I still do a lot of work in Bangalore and Mumbai. And I do a lot of background score production. I work on films like MS Dhoni and Drishyam in Hindi and Toilet Take Prem Katha, just to name a few. And it was that time when I had this opportunity to work for DSP sir. I think it was almost about 10 years back, but unfortunately because of my schedules I could not be a part of that. But I'm so happy that we are here on the stage together.
I'm more than happy with that. Thank you sir.
So firstly, we need to think about, what do you feel is the importance of music and cinema? That's the basic thing what we talk about. What do you feel is the importance in...
Hi, good evening Bangalore. I'm really so happy to be here. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you Sadhu sir. Thank you so much. I think even before you say the importance of music in movies, I would like to start off the whole thing by saying the importance of music in life. Because I think music plays a major portion, in life itself. And then movies are a part of life. So when music can be so humongous in life, then you can imagine how big it is in movies, right? And that too, in Indian movies, I don't think there are movies that exist without music, and music and movies are like married together. So I think we should thank the people who invented the idea of playing background score or songs in movies. So I think we're all so grateful to that one person who actually came up with that idea. I think it was not even an like a this is an idea. It's not even. I think it was something that was existing always, right from
Yeah, I mean,
music was there, right from the drama was there. Right
Yeah.
So I think that's how music flourished into movies also. So this itself tells us how inseparable life and music are. So when we are watching movies, we are not watching just movies. We are witnessing the story of someone else. Either it's a biopic or it's a created story. It's some story of someone which is beautifully narrated with the help of music. And that's why, though we know that the movie that we are watching is not true, but still we cry.
Yeah, I
For
think most
emotion,
of that
still we laugh
emotion
of funny
is invoked
stuff.
by the background scores
Yeah,
that
I think
we
that is the
create.
magic of music.
Yeah. Also, when we talk about generally music in cinema, especially in Indian cinema, we have two different parts of music. One is the background score, one is the songs, which is not very common in Hollywood cinema. I think, do you think that puts the Indian cinema in a different kind of a space in the world market?
Definitely, that is something which puts Indian cinema on a different space because I think that is the magic which only Indian cinemas have, right? And we all should be so proud of that and so grateful for that. And because movies are remembered forever because of its music also. Like talk about a film like Maya Bazaar, or talk about a film like some old Hindi movies, Kannada movies, whatever, like 50, 60 years back. We take movies, we still remember those movies because we relate so well to the music of those movies. So, and even as an identity, music gives a huge identity to yeah. So music gives a huge identity to any movie.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೈಕ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು
Yeah,
ಮೈಕ್ ಕೊಡಿ.
that mic needs identity right now. Lost its identity. So otherwise movies will be lost like that, So we need to, yeah. So the thing is, um, so Indian movies, see even now, if Natu Natu is getting an Oscar, uh,
Yeah.
and imagine a song like a movie song, uh, the kind of song which prevails only in Indian music. So these are all big things that we should be really proud of. So that way, yeah. And Rahman sir got Oscar for his song, and that was also a movie which was treated like an Indian movie, right?
Correct.
So yeah, definitely, Indian movies are the only movies that have this charm in the entire world. And I think even older Raj Kapoor sir's movies and all that. When we went to Russia to release Pushpa in Russian language, um, although we know that Raj Kapoor sir was like so popular in Russia, but I witnessed personally that how his popularity is like a direct Russian actor, and they relate so well to his songs, and all the Russians, they know all the songs of Raj Kapoor sir. So which means that was showing the power of Indian movie songs. And I think they deserve a huge round of applause for that.
Absolutely.
The people who paved the path for all of us.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Even when I was traveling in Russia, when I told them I was from India, the first thing they do is actually start singing the Raj Kapoor songs. So, like you said, music is larger
And
than
at this
life.
point, I also would like to, sorry for interrupting, but when they said, where are you from? I'm from, oh, India, Rajko. Mera chita hai Japani, mera an. They were singing.
Absolutely.
So look at the relativity, like look at how they're relating to it. And even when I experience a lot of stuff like, oh, are you from India? Okay, do you work for, yeah, Pushpa, Antava. See, when they say a movie's name, immediately they're able to sing the song. There's a Sri Valli or something. So that is the charm of thing. Then I was in Europe after Pushpa was released, just traveling, and I think I need to tell you, this is the real magic of movie music. Okay, so there was a cab guy. So I was just traveling with it. Then a couple of friends were there. So we're like, just take us to the viewpoint and all this and all. So he asked, hey, where are you guys from? And this guy was not even European. He's from some other country.
Okay.
Some other country who came and settled over there. And he's also not even a country which is even close to India. Okay. So I don't remember his total background, but he said, where are you guys from? He said, India. He said, India. Oh, I love Indian movies. I watched some Indian movies. Oh, and there's one most favorite song of mine from India. He said, oh, what? Wait, let me play it. So he was like searching on his phone. So all of us were looking into his phone. Now our hearts were beating because he doesn't know that I was a composer. He didn't know anything about me. Just knew that 3 Indians were in his cab. But from our perspective, it's like, is he going to play some song that we know, or our song, or some more old song? Now our curiosity was like that. He was typing something, then he typed something R-O. Then he tried P. Oh, P. Okay. So then he erased it and put O. Then he put U, Antawa, Mama. And you were like, what? And he was like, yeah, look at this song, listen to this song. I love this groove. And now this is the first ever time that I met a guy who was asking me to enjoy my own song and explaining the charm of my song to me. Like,
That's awesome.
Bro, listen, yeah, no, this is not, no, wait. I was like, hey, bro, I was like, no, wait, now comes the beat. Wait, now. Yeah, man, here we go. So look at that groove. I was like, okay. I've never heard that. So it was beautiful. So then my friend got excited and he started shooting the video of that or something. Then he said, okay, you know who this guy is? He said, no, he's the guy who made this song. And I'm like, all right, good. I like that. He was not even taking me serious. I was like, what the hell? So then he had to repeat the phrase again and again till he thought, okay, this bunch of guys he actually thought this bunch of fools were trying to make a fool out of him. So then they had to literally stop the car. And this guy got down and he put me on.
Yeah, probably did a Google search on you and then go to
social media or something. Yeah. And I said, look at this fellow. This is the same guy who made this song. Then somewhere I was singing that song. Wait, what are you saying? On break, and then he got down. He left the car and he was going. We didn't know where he was going. He was just walking. So he came back. Bro, are you serious? Yes. I said, get out of the car. I said, what the hell? I want a selfie with you. So then he said, then he put his meter off and he said, okay, till night I'm just going to be with you guys and I'm going to take you wherever you go. And that is the magical moment.
That's the magical music.
Yeah, magical music moment.
So,
we felt so happy.
Most of us, I'm sure even Sahu said, all the other musicians here. I don't think.
And if I may add, because I have to add this for his character. After he took us wherever we wanted to go, and finally, he was there the whole day. The night he was dropping us back to the hotel where we were staying, and he refused to take any money from us. In spite of we forcing him, putting the cash in his car, again he was giving it back. So imagine a guy from some other country, I don't even remember which country, okay, and he doesn't even know who we are. He doesn't know much about India or something other than this. See what kind of love Indian movies put into the heart of another guy from another country. And I think that's the magic of movies. And then finally, on the way, he had just mentioned that because next day also we wanted the same guy to come for us because he was so friendly and good. But he said next day, he was taking his wife to the doctor because she was carrying. Okay, so he was going to have a baby. So finally, I had to convince him and say, okay, this is a gift. Tell the baby, Devi uncle, DSP uncle gave you this. DSP mama, like how we call, right? Like our nephews and nieces. Is that you're like my brother, so keep this and get some gift when the baby is born. That's how I convinced him to take some money from us. Otherwise, we became like family in the one journey, and that song was the reason for it. And I'm always indebted and grateful to God also for giving me this work.
So like you said, music by itself is a big thing, and music by itself is something makes a life-changing experience for a lot of people, like this experience of yours. And most of the musicians will probably agree with me that when they got into music, and even you, me, and even Charles, for example, we never thought that we were going to be a film musician. It was the love for music that we actually got into music. It is just life that brought us into the films. And I think thinking about that, we were also talking about...
I would like to mention something over here. From day one, I knew that I was going to become a music composer of movies.
Oh wow, okay, that means so.
From day one, this is very important, that's why I mentioned.
Yeah.
So I joined, every time after summer holidays, we go back to school, right? So I was in my 6th grade, I remember. So when the principal comes to the room to just get an introduction from all the students, this is a very important point why I'm mentioning this. This is when the whole magic starts. Okay. So when he asked, where are you from? What's your name and what do you want to become? So everybody says, sir, I'm Sanjay, so and so. I want to become an engineer, doctor, civil engineer, that doctor. Every other guy was a doctor. Yeah, I was wondering who's going to be the patient. So finally, when my turn came, I said, sir, I'm Devi Sri Prasad, I'm from Guttahalli, and I want to become a music composer. And there was a pin drop silence in the class, and everybody was looking at me. As though I committed a crime. Like, who the hell is this guy saying music composer? What the hell is a music composer? And at that time, the only name that resonated with the word music composer, since we were brought up in Chennai, was Ilayaraja sir, the maestro Ilayaraja sir. So,
Big round of applause to
yeah, big round of applause. In fact, at this point, I would like to mention that man, that genius, that maestro, at the age of 82 or 83 now, he was sitting down and writing his symphony, and he's going to perform his first symphony in London on the 8th of March. And let's give him a huge round of applause.
Yes.
I love him. He's my god. So, yeah, thank you guys. So
Also, like I also heard the artist visiting you in the studio. I think
yeah.
that is a very unique thing that usually doesn't happen. So please tell us more about
right.
it.
So the thing is, yeah, again, that is also connected to this. So when they asked me, I said I want to become a music composer. Ever since I was a kid, my idea was, and so I tell you guys, whatever you want to become, from first day, you believe that you're going to become that. And there is no force in this world that can stop you from what you want to become. If you really want to become that, you will become that. You want to become a Shah Rukh Khan, you will become a Shah Rukh Khan. You want to become a A. Rahman, you want to become a Ilayaraja sir, you want to become a Michael Jackson, you will become that. So that's why I'm saying, so that way, when I built my studio, and I said in the same school, like I said this in the 6th grade, and by 12th grade, which means in 6 years, even before I left my school, I became a music composer of my first film, Devi. I was still in school.
Yeah, interestingly, that is another fact that his actual name is Sri Prasad.
No, it was.
And it was Devi Sri Prasad, and that's what the media says.
No, that's why they keep getting confused because my first film was Devi. So it was just a coincidence. And my name came from my grandmother, Devi Meenakshi, and my grandfather Prasad Rao. So that is my name. My dad named me Devi Prasad and put a Sri in between.
Awesome. So we got the biggest clarification today from the lion's mouth.
I think, like you said, there's one thing that I really like of what you said. You have to love music. That's it. Since we're doing it, to that matter of fact, whatever work we're doing, if you're a painter, love painting. If you're a musician, love music. If you're an engineer, love whatever you're doing. So when I was a teenager, right, very young boy when I started doing all that. So when I did my first album with a label, I sent my demo and they loved it. And they said, when I walked into the room, they said, Devi Sri Prasad. I'm like, oh, I thought one elderly man was going to come because your name sounds so mature, Devi Sri Prasad. But this guy is like one tiny, tiny fellow. He's a teenager. What the hell are you going to do? And I was like, so like that, like only bones. My mom used to say, please eat something, like you're going to fly away in the air. So I was like that. And the decisions that we make in life are so very important, big or small, it doesn't matter. That day, that person said, we'll sign you with your album, but you need to change your name because you no way look anywhere relatable to any of the youngsters because you look very serious. Okay, one thing. And the second thing is your name will not resonate with anybody. Nobody will like to call your name, Devi Sri Prasad, what is this name? All that. So, but he said, your music sounds good. I said, sir, imagine I was not in 16 now. So I said, sir, then he said, but your music sounds good. I said, sir, the music is going to do the magic. Will you? I was talking to the MD of the audio label. Okay, I said, that music will do the magic. And today we're talking about magic, right? But then they didn't agree. Then I said, I don't want your contact. I went back home. They called my dad to complain. Sir, your boy, he's so adamant. My dad said, he's my son. So then they came home, they sat with my dad for halfway to convince him. Finally they agreed, okay, you have your name only. And then I started on my name, my first film, everything was Devi Sri Prasad. Then the review writers, when they started writing, Devi Sri Prasad is a new kid on the block and he's here to stay for a long time. And then one lady, I still remember, she wrote for D Sri P, she wrote. Then slowly Devi S Prasad. DS Prasad. Like that, it evolved over a time as DSP. And then as I was performing, people started saying the anchors, okay, now we have DSP to rock the stage. DSP to rock the stage. Oh my God, the way he's rocking the stage, he's a star also. He's a rock star. Then rock star they added. So I only did music. I knew that people were going to love my music. The only two things that I believed in was, first thing, obviously music. Second thing, people will love my music. Then all the rest of the things fell in place. Devi Sri Prasad, the name that they actually didn't want, became DSP, and that became Rockstar DSP. And today you're calling me for the magic of music. What more magic do we need in life?
That's great. Also, like when we talk about our foundation in music, I don't know how many people know that he's got a very strong background in Carnatic music, and of course, his Guruji U. Srinivas, I think I'm one of his biggest fans. And I remember one of the concerts that I was watching, Srinivas sir had a Jugalbandi with Shankar Madhavji. Oh my God. You will not believe I literally cried in that concert. It was, like that moving for me. And Vikuji was also awesome at that. And I think that's the background that you had in terms of Carnatic music. And you've also performed in a lot of, especially the Tyagaraja Aradhana. I think that also needs a big round of applause for his classical performance.
So, Master Mandal U. Srinivas ji, we call him Mandal Srinivas Anna. He was my guru. And he was another big magic in my life. He taught me a lot of things without words, like without saying, by action. He taught, and he was the most down to earth, most kind, most forgiving nature he had. So I think all those we kind of try to imbibe to an extent. Like, from legends like that, we can take even like 10% of their qualities. I think we will be solid in life. And that's what happened. And it was a dream of more than about, right from when I was in school, more than about 20 years, when I was learning under him. So he always wanted me to play at Tiruvayar, the Tyagaraja, Swami Tyagaraja's birthplace. So that was never happening. But in 25, I decided that, okay, life is going on and on, but we're not doing things that we have to do. So I made a point, and in the middle of the background score of Pushpa 2, Tandel and all that, I called Mr. Rajesh, my dear friend Mandalin Rajesh. He made time in spite of his busy schedules. He came home, he revised, I practiced on the same mandolin that was given to me by my Anna. And on the 15th of Jan, I went to Tiruvayar and performed Marugela Raura Gava as an offering to Saint Tyagaraja. And then I also put the mandolin in his temple and took blessings from the same mandolin that Anna gave me. So, and that day, the kind of aura that I felt and the kind of blessings that I felt is unmatchable. No, even the biggest award in the world, I think, cannot match that. Because that was something that we were not able to achieve all these years just for the simple factor that lack of time. When we kind of do that, you just do that and see. All of us will have. I made that video only for that. And a lot of people were like writing to me, thank you so much for this video, because I was supposed to do that, I didn't do, I was supposed to do that, let me do this, right? It might be as simple as go hit the gym every day, or learn to swim, or take a
life motivation. Absolutely.
As simple as that. I'm not even talking about, or some people might want to just enroll themselves in dance classes just for fun. They might have 2 left feet, it doesn't matter. There is nothing that practice cannot achieve. Talent without practice does not work, but practice without talent will always work. So don't bother if you're not talented. It's better sometimes if you're not talented. You won't be arrogant. You'll have, seriously, you'll have some fear. That fear is very important for an artist. You'll have some kind of fear that, night nalla pannunom, naaliki show la perform pannunom, nalla practice pannunom. When you're too talented, right? Okay, naali paathukalam. It's that rabbit and that story, right? So that, I think, just do things that are pending in your life, and you'll write to me how happy you felt. It can be as small and big. There's nothing small and big, sir, in life. Everything is easy. Everything is very, very easy as well as you're opening this tap and drinking water. It is only the perspective changes. If Sadhu Gokula sir kittendi, இது வந்து 10 feet away, and kittendi 1 foot away. Avladhan. But if the goal is drinking water, I might grab it like this, it might take 5 seconds. Avladhan. But what if I'm sitting here, but if he walks and takes it, then he's the winner.
Absolutely.
So that's how life is.
Very well.
It's as simple. Don't take anything too serious in that. Too serious and take serious. Put serious focus on life. Like, don't be like, don't be very what do you call, very sarcastic about everything. But what I'm saying is, don't think it is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible.
Absolutely. So So a little earlier we were talking about how the songs of Indian cinema is putting Indian cinema in the world space, and talking about that, there is some of the songs and some movies that we have to talk about. Like we talk about Moulin Rouge movie that came and they used one of the songs, Rahman Sir's song, Chaya Chaya, Chama Chama Chaya Chaya. I think they used in there. Yeah, they used that. And you were talking about Mera Juta Japani, so they used that in Deadpool. Yeah, so that was also used in Deadpool. And the Bombay theme was also used, I think, in a lot of the war. And since we're talking about Yushing Master, I think all this started much before this commercial, like success of cinemas where they used the music. Yes, there was a track by Srimaster, Kaliyuga Vardhana, so which was also used in an English film. The English film was called Eat, Pray, Love, which released in 2010, starring Julia Roberts. So I think that is one thing that I felt really good when I learned about that.
Even we felt so proud of it, and not only that, Manu Srivastava was the first person way long back when we were like kids, like when we started learning on him. He was the first artist from Asia or something like that to play at the Olympics Barcelona, and there were his T-shirts printed like Barcelona Olympics Barcelona, and behind the T-shirt U Srinivas. So they used to have the T-shirt at home. So I think all those are great things achieved, and that way is And talking about this in this English series called, I think, Never Have I Ever, something like that.
Yes, I was just coming to that.
Yeah.
So all that success of a lot of things which had reached internationally, and now DSP says music is also reaching in one of the OTT platforms, I think.
Yeah, they used the Sami Sami song with young girl dances in a reception or something like that in that. So I think Indian music has gone global long time back, and it's going more and more global. And like how I was telling the press outside, now Kannada films are like they've become very, very big, and we're so proud of that. They're pan-Indian and global, like Kantara, KGF, and like that. From Telugu, Bahubali, Pushpa, and a lot of other movies, and from Tamil, and from Malayalam, and from Hindi. So the boundaries between these industries, Tamil, Kannada, the language-based industries have dissolved, which is a great thing. And now we all have become one family, like the Indian cinema,
Absolutely, yeah.
Indian movie family.
Yeah.
So that ways, we all should feel proud of any of our magic that reaches the globe. And very soon, I think we're also, even the walls between the global and Indian movies also will be erased. And then we'll be international cinema.
Yeah.
So it won't be like, okay, Indian cinema has gone to an international platform, will not be a surprise factor anymore. Did you guys see, like in Oscars, they wished for all the people watching from India, and he spoke Hindi. And isn't that a big proof to say that where India is placed on the world map? The Indian movies especially.
Absolutely, yes, that's true.
Big round of applause. All the filmmakers of India, right from Satyajit Ray sir to whoever is making films right now, to the youngsters who wants to become directors and filmmakers, and they all deserve a huge, great round of applause.
Yeah, earlier, like we said, there are a lot of musicians over here, and I'm sure they're eager to know your process of song making. It's like, how do you come up with a tune? Is it after the director explains the situation, or do they have something in mind that they give you? How does it work? How does the tune come?
Now, this is a scary part. Right? Musicians are either in love with the musicians or either scared of musicians. Because they might ask difficult questions that I might not know the answers. So please ask me simple questions.
Okay, I think I'll share my
You're going to
experience
ask
with
or
that.
you're going to ask?
No, I'm asking you.
I'm scared of you because you yourself are a musician, right?
No, I'm just, I'm sure those musicians also are eager to know that what is the process of a song making? Like, how do you come up with a tune?
The biggest, first and the foremost, and the biggest and most important format of song making, feel it. First, just feel it, and then the song flows. And that's how I've been doing all these years. So, when the director narrates a story, something pops up in my mind, but I really do not know how that happens. Okay, something pops up in my mind, putting together all the information that he gives me. Like, okay, then I imagine, okay, what is this character like? What is this girl behaving like? What is this guy behaving like? And why should they sing a song? Actually, always ask this question: why? All your problems will be sorted. Okay, why is a very important question. So, why I'm saying this is because a lot of times I deleted songs from movies. Like saying this situation does not require a song. Let's take it out. this doesn't require a song. Let's take it off. Actually, here I think there should be a song. Let's put a song here. That is the first step to success, is what I feel. Identifying whether the song is needed or no. Anything that is not needed, however great the work is, will be wasted. And it will be annoying, first of all. Anything that is required will actually enhance it. And when it enhances it, it sounds the way you want. And when I make a song, like according to the requirement, if it's a love song, or if it's an item song, it's a devotional song, if it is a like some family song, whatever, or just a mass dance number. Everything has a purpose. Every song has a purpose. What is the purpose of a mass dance number? Oh, fans should like go mad in the theater. They should start dancing around. So it doesn't have any logic to it. So sometimes songs happen like that. If you can really make the song peppy and enjoyable, and if you can make the whole theater of audience wait for that song, then it requires no logic. But if you're narrating a story, the song, then it requires logic, magic, story, lyrics, everything. And so that is the only thing that we should.
But like you're talking about, making a mass song and the dance number. I remember Kamal sir always says that you are a dancer first and then a music composer. And not many people might know that DSP sir is one of the very, very good choreographers. He's a fantastic dancer, and probably that's why Kamal sir has, spoken about. Can you tell us more about that, please?
So I don't know how you observed that, but he was the only person or the first person that he observed. When I make a song, first I imagine some visuals, like a lot of dances and choreography and a lot of things around. So that's why whenever a song is short, when I watch it, whenever I make a song and it's short, very few times I end up liking a song visually. Why? Not because the song is not good or not up to the mark. Imagination has no budget limits, right? So, and it's creatively crazy. And I grew up watching all music videos, like right from Michael Jackson to all the international. Then I keep traveling. I watch all the Broadway musicals, the Western musicals in London. So I watched a lot like that. So my imagination is all like a little crazy. So when the song comes on screen, they might have their own limitations, or they might have a different idea and all that. But the way I make a song is first I imagine first all the visuals run, then I make a song. So sometimes it may match that, sometimes it may not match that. But Kamal sir on the stage, he said, both of us performed together for Manmadhanam. Then he said, Ningala on the showman, maybe he's dancing. You might be thinking because he's just a showman. He's like, because it is stage is done. No, even in studio, he composes a song dancing like this only. He's first a dancer and then a composer. Maybe that's why his songs resonate so well with you guys and make you dance. Is what he said. And I was surprised on this stage. So I was happy that he kind of observed that I was doing something like that, and he appreciated that.
Okay, just now you said that your imagination runs really wild when you're making a song. Now tell me how wild it runs when you're composing an item number.
I knew that was coming. And yeah, so this is the tricky part of it. Last time also I said, actually, it doesn't make a difference to me. My flow and my focus goes into what is required. So my intensity while making an item song is the same, maybe compared to the intensity while I'm making a Srivalli also. So at the time of Srivalli is my focus. Like what kind of melody, so you understand. For me, every song is a song. But I go crazy for even a Srivalli.
The whole country went crazy over that song.
Yeah. So let it be a melody or an item song or a dance number, it doesn't matter. Only because if you're true to that, you're not excited because it's an item song and you're not sober because I'm excited for everything. I'm excited for everything in life, even for this bottle of water. So that keeps my music lively.
So in the process of song making, we compose a melody and then we get into the arrangement and programming kind of stuff. So I've noticed, and the whole industry knows that you have your own set of musicians that have been working for a very, very long time, but also been my colleagues in many other projects. So that is a fantastic thing. And how do you take the tune and then sit with your musicians and come up with the arrangements and probably a groove? That's one of the initial stages of programming. How do you come up with the groove?
So the thing is, I think first again, I think I'm blessed with the like I said, I go crazy with my imagination. My imagination is my music, not my knowledge. My imagination and my excitement. My excitement makes my music more enjoyable rather than the knowledge that I have. because I myself have seen like millions of people who are like million times more knowledgeable than me. That's why I said I feel it's a scary sport when you put me in front of musicians. But when it comes to a wholesome process, I think something is helping me out because I imagine the lyrics, I write lyrics, and I imagine the choreography, I imagine what kind of costumes they should wear, and I imagine what kind of sound should go. When I get a song, my song comes to me in a jiffy, like that, like 1 second. And then the problem starts when I can hear the whole song in my mind. Like you guys would have heard Uantava or anything after it is released. But I could hear Uantava the minute I thought of Uantava. All that is going on in my head. Now my earth starts like, oh God, when am I going to put this from my head onto the speaker so the whole world can sing? So till then I can only tell you in bits and pieces, right? When I'm the funniest part is when I'm explaining the song to you, I can actually hear the actual sound. I say, no, sir, no, let's have it. I can exactly hear the exact kick, exact snare, everything in my mind. But I don't know if you're understanding that. I can hear the whole track, the whole 100 layers of music. Now what I do is most of the time, so many songs happen like I'll be traveling to the airport, I'll be somewhere riding a cycle, taking a shower, whatever. So when I get an idea, I immediately record. Sometimes so many songs I did like I just take my phone, like how I sang to you, then I send it to my rhythm player Kalyan or keyboardist Vikas or KP. There are a lot of musicians, my engineers. So I just take, I said, okay, the kick track goes like this I record, layer by layer. Like there is all this add ahead. Now the groove is done. So he hears that and he starts playing. So all this is running in my mind. So God has actually blessed me with this talent of I made songs when I was traveling in the flight, in the train, walking. So for me, I don't need a place to sit and work. So this thing has actually really helped me. Then by the time I finish this, I get a tune in the mind, then I get lyrics, I write it off, then I sing this in tempo. I put a metronome on my phone so that the metronome has to sync with everyone, right? So I put a metronome, I listen to it, and over there I sing it. I have a piano on my just tuning so that I can programming the exact tuning, right? The D minor, A minor, whatever. So I sing a tune, I send it to the studio. By the time I finish my cycling or my gymming or anything, and by the time I go back to the studio, the song is actually ready. All I need to do is listen to it, then sing it properly with proper lyrics on the mic, and then send the song for the shoot.
Yeah, it's on paper, it's execution, that's it. Awesome, fantastic.
Yeah, so I think why I spoke about excitement is always keep that kid in you alive, if you can. We need a lot of guts to keep the kid alive. That's what we are all losing. And after losing the kid from inside, we are all searching for reasons to justify to the world why we lost the kid. Okay, first of all, stop justifying yourself to the world. Don't waste your time. Okay, even at your best, 50% of the world loves you, 50% of the world hates you. Even at your worst, this 50% will love you, this 50%. So anyway, 50% is going to hate you, right? Then be yourself and let this 50% love you, then not being yourself and letting the other fake 50% love you. So always be loved. So what happens is the aura, that's what is called the vibe, good vibes, right? It is not in the Josium, Jadagam, இதெல்லாம் கிடையாது. இருக்காலே எனக்கு தெரியாது. பட் இருக்கலாம் இல்லாம இருக்கலாம். அதை பத்தி நான் எதுவும் சொல்லல. ஓகேயா? நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, you create your future by being yourself, doing what you love, but in that path of achieving what you want and going the path, never do anything at the expense of another person's feelings. This is the only rule in life. Avladhan. There is nothing that is wrong, nothing that is right. Gods also have never defined, or no religion has ever defined this is right, this is wrong. And when so many Puranas we have, so right. So only thing we need to be careful is in your path, is someone else getting affected in the bad way, or is someone else getting hurt? That you don't do that, and then you just keep going, and the universe will never stop you. This is what I believe in always.
Yeah, talking about not hurting other people's feeling and moving on. there are certain situations where I had to go through, and I'm sure you had to go through the same thing. Once the track is complete, probably we have a track singer who sung the track, and now we have to finalize the main singer. So how much of the say that we have as a music composer, and how much of involvement, and do you already have a singer in mind when you compose, or what happens? See, the reason I'm saying, hurting other people's feeling, many times it so happened that I worked on a song, we've got a singer to sing, and then we have a say of the director, producer, and sometimes even the audio label has their own choice, and we will have to change the singer. So, we actually don't want to do that because that's going to hurt a lot of people. But still, we have to do it. We're forced to do it. So, when you are working on a song, do you already have the singer in mind, or you select the singer while you're doing the production?
This is one of the best questions of today. So please give a huge round of applause. Because, why this is the best question is, till now whatever we have been talking is, we are talking about what we have done, we have achieved. Whether you talk about me or whether you don't talk about me tonight, nothing is going to change for anyone. But this question might change the future of a lot of people. So this is a very good question. Because, you can clap for this. So that's why. So I love doing things if it is one person is going to be benefited out of that, right? And this is a continuous problem which is becoming more and more nowadays. They make one singer sing and then they change. The singer won't know till the release whether it's going to be in his voice or not. Sometimes they try it with 3-4 different singers, then they just credit everybody. So then we might end up liking a singer's voice, but we don't know who to call because there are like 4-5 names. And nowadays this fate has extended even to music composers, especially in the north, which is a sad thing. Because every movie has like 5-6 composers. That's not bad. We can even look at the good angle of maybe 6 composers are getting a break if the song is, but not when all the 6 composers' names are under the same song, not knowing who did what, and the new terms we are not even understand. Music composed by, song composed by. Now what does this mean? Music arranged by, so a lot of bys are there. Okay. So anyway, keeping that apart, the singers thing, right from the beginning of my career, whenever I composed a song, I kind of tried to attach it or imagine particular singer's voice in that. Okay, that's one thing, and I always stuck to that. Because when I said I want to become a music composer, I said that I become a music composer. My first song I'll record with SPB sir. And really I recorded my first song with SPB sir. And from that day till today, I've only recorded with the singers of my choice. I'm very proud to say this. Each and every song of mine, right from my first film Devi to Pushpa to Thandel to whatever film we did till now, all the singers were always my choice. And I'm not saying it I'm not saying that I'm proud, out of pride or something. A music composer should have that call, and I should also thank my directors, producers, everyone for respecting the choice of mine and leaving it to me. And why? That also depends on the body of work that we are doing. If you don't do good work, then who will respect you? And you have to first again focus and work on your. You have to be credible enough to for them to say no. When he does it, it is.
That's a trust factor.
The directors and producers, sir, you know the best, you do it. And till today, most of the songs they have heard only on the day of the release or after it is recorded. Nobody ever questioned me. So some songs I chose new singers like Move Tower, which went global. That girl was a new girl. I was just searching for singers on YouTube and found this young girl, and we just called her. And people are not even confident because she's a folk singer. How will she be able to sing this? Because on my track, I sang it like like that. I sang my track and kept. So, but when I called the girl,
imagination was running wild.
Exactly, wild imagination. So the girl heard it. And she sang it in one go. Will you believe it? Wow. Indravati Chauhan. Yeah, she deserves a big hand because big round of applause because her voice became a huge thing. So my motto and principle in life is that I don't let them say thank you to me because it's thank you. I said, don't say thank you. I should only say thank you to you because your voice actually enhances the song. Then I sent her I'm mentioning this because this has to be practiced by all the musicians, music composers and producers. I sent her a huge remuneration for that song. She was in tears. The sister called and said, sir, normally people don't even pay. But sir, why? Because you are a big reason for this song to be heard so many times. So when we
Sorry
get
to
into,
interrupt you there in that part. This is one very, very important that needs to be discussed, like you're talking about, in terms of remuneration you're talking about. It is really great and hats off to you that, you have this thought process. But the thought process of many composers and many musicians over here is like they think that, we are making your life. And why should we pay you? That's the kind of thought process a lot of people have.
Yeah,
and really hats off to you for, big round of applause for that.
yeah, if someone is foolish enough to think that we are making someone else's life, then aren't we made because of someone else then? So the logic gets cancelled over there. So if I carry the pride of saying I made your life, then I should be a slave to someone else who made my life. I'm not a slave to anyone, I'm not a master to anyone. So when you're not a slave to anyone, you're not a master to anyone. And when you don't want to be a master to anyone, the best part is you won't be a slave to anyone. So that's when you can live life on your own terms. There were so many movies, big movies, which I left in a jiffy like that. Even after working for a little while, some condition I don't work. Because I feel that what we deserve will always come to us. And the first thing in life is we should not be desperate. Don't be desperate. Don't be in a hurry. Don't think life is gone. Life is not going anywhere. Like I just read in some magazine that some man who owns so many thousands of crores, 11, 12 thousands of crores, I don't know whatever happened. One night he lost everything. Okay, another father and son who again are millionaires and multi-billionaires or something. The only son and the father, they wanted to go on a holiday. They took a private jet and till there the stories of father and son, private jet. Then imagine the bungalow. The flight crashed. Such is life. So always be humble. And first of all, like I said, be excited, man. What are you going to do?
Absolutely.
I'm excited for the song that he created. I'm excited for the voice that I found. I'm excited that the girl is so talented. I was excited more than her. So if you master the art of celebrating another person's success, right, you're unbeatable. Why should we find a reason to celebrate? Why should you only be happy to celebrate? To celebrate only when you're happy, that is selfishness. Okay, right, you're happy, your movie is a hit, let me also celebrate with you, right? If someone, see, there is no reason to be sad. Okay?
Absolutely,
Always be happy.
it's all with us.
For that,
Yes.
but from within you have to feel that you can't act happiness. You have to be like, you have to adapt. So like I always say, happiness is a state of mind. So like that, you have to get used to the feeling of giving love. You have to get used to loving people. You have to get used to celebrating the success of others. My dad said when I was a school kid, he said, only when you're able to appreciate wholeheartedly without any ego and jealousy the art of another artist, only then you're a true artist. That's all he said. That's true, yes. And that went so deep in my mind. No matter whether it's Hemant sir's song, Mani Sharma sir's song, Sadhu sir's song, Anirudh's song, Taman's song, or another new guy who's coming now, my senior, my junior, my contemporary. Contemporary. So music has got nothing to do with it because music has been for millions and zillions of years. That particular tune at that time is coming through us. That's it. Like how Idaraja sir said, so when you say whatever, I'm happy because whatever made so big. That's why I'm talking about the singer also. I'm talking about Chandrapur sir who wrote the lyrics. I'm talking about all my musicians, my engineers, Uday Kumar and all that. Because we all made it together. And if you search all the zillions, not zillion is not even a number that is enough to describe music from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
The one time we don't know. It's only 7 notes, right? Only 4 notes.
Yeah, that was one particular thing I wanted to talk about. See, this was a very unique composition. What I've noticed in this particular thing, you said there's only 4 notes and one phrase in the entire song.
Yeah.
And it holds the audience like nobody.
Yeah.
Like, did you intentionally do that, or was it a naturally created phrase that that stuck on like that, or was it composed on a lyric?
Yeah, actually, here I link this to another question that you asked in the beginning, right? Like when you make music, this might actually be useful to a few of you, the musicians especially, or inspire a few of you. or confused a few of you. Okay, something or the other we have to do. So confusion or sirika thinga. Confusion is very important because only when you are confused, you will search for answers. If you are sorted, you will not search for answers. Be confused and search for good answers. Don't be confused and search for some bar and all. Okay, you always use your sadness, confusion, stress, depression, everything in a positive way. All legends came like that. So use all your energy because up the full focus இருக்கும் இல்லையா நான் ஏமாத்திட்டேன் ஐயோ இவனா நான் யாரு காட்டு like வெற்றி கொடி கட்டு அந்த ஃபோக்கஸ் விட்டுறாதீங்க அதுதான் டர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் லைஃப்ல ஓகே anyways coming back to this thing so when I made this song we were releasing in fact I was the one who started releasing track by track like we Chiranjeevi's comeback film Kaidi 150 la 1 week one song per week that's what I started first they were against it but then said nowadays the trend மாறிடுச்சு so people should have time to listen to a song then review it then go to the next song and all that so then it became like one song per month like that we started during Pushpa so when we started we released Dako Meka that was a big hit in all the 5 languages then we released Srivalli then that became a massive blockbuster then we are coming to then we released Sami again became a massive hit சரி எல்லாமே ஹிட் ஆயிடுச்சு now they wanted an item song we released A Bitta also that also hit so 5 songs hits okay 5 or 4 songs hits so then they wanted an item song na udane we will go back to ringa dinga chika all this okay and keka na saanga keka and they were all wanting that எனக்கு என்ன பையனா இப்ப எடுத்தா அதே பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு and Malleshwaram so many item songs I did so then I thought but in this movie Rara Same is a very energetic female song I said that itself is almost as energetic as an item song like a ringa or keka so there my whole imagination I wanted to think in the opposite so that's energetic again another item if I put even if I make another beautiful or a good song like Ringa also but I was not balancing the whole album in my mind because Sami is already existing it's already a hit so it's going to be like more or less the same so how to redefine this or go then I thought I got a thought let me go opposite like the Sami reduce energy opposite like she's Sami Rara Sami how am I going to differentiate 2 female songs from the same movie female solos okay more or less both are love lyrics only not like that is not a very soulful love melody also both are like fun romantic naughty songs both songs so it's not easy to
yeah, 2 of that in the same project yeah
so that's how my crazy imagination started so I went total opposite and then I called Sukumar sir I made a song and it's only 4 notes. The whole song, entire song is only 4 notes and only 1 phrase. This is I think first ever time in the world. Like that's what a lot of people said. There was no other song which is made with only 1 phrase the whole song. Okay, the tune is okay. So go and then who claim Pallavi same, Anupallavi same, hook line same, second Pallavi same, third Pallavi same, 5 Pallavis we had here.
yeah also the interlude also repeats twice
interlude also same so so but anything that is very chantable like very chant kind of feel it will take you to a trance the palm is udra madri and the imagine panna I imagine it like that why can't we have why should all female item song should be like so raunchy and screaming about why can't it be meditative is my idea see for that guy who played this song to me in Spain in Spain that fellow there is a chance of that fellow thinking that it's a meditative song because he doesn't know the meaning. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes that it's good when you do not know the meaning, when you have your own meaning.
His imagination is running wild.
Yeah, exactly. According to your own mood, you can create the meaning, right? So, no, I heard it in Spain. I forgot his country. He is from some other country. Yeah, but sir, you are very alert. So, Andamadri, so I went in the opposite direction and created this. But then I thought, okay, now coming from the producers, hero, and director will be like shocked to listen to this tune. They would think, till yesterday, Devi was okay, only today something happened to him. Okay, fuse gone. How can this be called an item song? So I was thinking, I know all these people, this is what they will say. So before they say that, I have to tell them something. I called them. I said, I'm going to send you a song which is going to put all your energy down. You're going to think that I've gone mad. I told this first. You're going to reject this tune. But what I'm telling you is, don't reject this tune. If you can keep this tune, this song is going to redefine item songs, is what I told you. I don't know what
it really happened. It really happened, yes.
But yeah. So also thanks to Sukumar sir, because he trusts me so much. That again matters. So he said, darling, if you're saying so much, that means you created some magic. This tune is okay for me, he said. What? Even before I sent it. He said, it is okay for me.
Did you know Samantha was going to be performing the song?
No, by that time, Samantha agreed to do the song after she heard the song. Like, till then she didn't want to do the song. So again, the credit of Samantha being on the song goes to the song, it goes to me. I'm saying this because generally people don't say it, and I'm a very, very humble guy, but when it comes to my credit, I take it off. Everybody should also. Everybody should take it. Yeah. Don't be stupids and fools sitting in the back. You sit in the backmost seat also, but when your credit comes, come to the front seat. Or skin from the hello, that's mine. Because this world is so bad, everybody wants to grab a bit of you. We don't let them grab it because every bit of you is so valuable. And you have to put your foot down and say hello. And a sweet hello, but I know my value. That's very important. Yeah. If you yourself don't know your value, how will the world and the universe know it? You have to put your foot down and say, hello, sir, I love you, but I love myself more. So like that, when I sent the tune, then they all called me back in about. Sukha said right away, he said, it's okay, whatever you're sending, I'm going to keep it. Okay, because our composing sessions are always like that. Previously, there was a song called Kallu, Kallu, Plusu, Vallu, Villu, Minus. It was called Infatuation, okay. So I called him and said, Sukha, darling, I got an idea. He said, what? Infatuation word was given by him, okay. He said, darling, I don't want this song to be pure love. I want a song for infatuation. He always comes out with crazy ideas like that. I said, I like the thought. So I said, okay. Then I called him and said, okay, the guy is a piano and the girl is a Carnatic violin. He said, that's all I said. This sounds awesome. He says as though he heard the tune. He can hear my intentions. So then I made that and all the classical wind and I got Andha Samay. That was a super. So like that, he trusted me. So whereas then I was like thinking, the producers, I don't know, they might be wanting, sir, pan India ho raha hai na, mast gana chahiye, all this will happen. And although since we have a dancer, like, so what is he going to say now? But half an hour I didn't get any call, like 20-25 minutes. I got a call from all of them. Saying, man, Devi, what have you done? First, when we started, like you said, seriously, we thought you might mad. Nothing has gone wrong. But by the time the thing played the second time, we were all, this is a word Alojin said, we were all like dancing like snakes around the speaker. Is what he said. I said, this is something else, yeah.
That was actually intoxicating, actually. Yeah, I think everybody will agree with me.
Yeah. And in that also interestingly, the rhythm goes straight, like, so I wanted something that should not go unnoticed. So that's why I go that the signature phrase goes very triplet. So like tripping and falling. It should be like that. So when we see, that's what I'm saying. When we go in the flow, people won't notice. You go out of the flow, but in a good way. Right? That out of the flow should be enjoyable. Otherwise they'll kick you out. That is also there. So this signature phrase goes out of the flow. Like, you imagine one crowd of 100 people marching in one direction. Like that rhythm is 100 people marching in one direction very decently, like you. Okay. And then this irregular hookline, the signature phrase that comes in between is like me, very indecently. Yeah, so I sang it like that, like. So then we took that scan, we recorded it and put it on the computer. Then we took an instrument, then we matched the wave and some nonsense we did at that time. And it sounded like that. And
Fantastic.
people are not only being inspired, they're also copying this song.
Yeah, absolutely.
One Colombian version came, I think we put cases on everybody. Because from the back bench, they go, hello, it is mine. Yeah, one Colombian artist copied this one tower and the signature and something and put it. Somebody sent it to me. I said, Colombia, அதெல்லாம் முடியாது. India. From India, we call them. The song is being deleted from all the platforms, Spotify, YouTube, everything. That way, you be sweet, but you be straightforward, and you be right. That's something we can do. When you are right, let the whole world be against you. You're right. You're right. All right.
Similarly, there's another one song that I really wanted to talk about from Anmadanambu. I think there's one song where Kamal sir sang the song. If I remember right, it's in 5/8, I think. Time signature. And the melody sits so well. Like you're saying, being out of the regular. There also I noticed your composition. The melody is in 5/8, but it is so melodious you don't notice until the rhythm kicks in. So also the video. I don't know how many of you have seen that video. It is, I think, very, very interesting. The whole video is going backwards, but the lip sync is there in a regular thing. So I think I want to know your experience on that particular
I
song.
think that is a great effort that we all put in together. Kamal Hassan sir, as we all know, Ulaganagan, I think his name itself deserves a huge round of applause. He was the kind of movies that he made and inspired us. When he narrated this situation, he said, you can, when there is an accident, it falls, and from there the song starts, and the whole song goes in reverse. Like he is going in reverse, but the lip is forward, then other people are walking. Sir, how are you going to shoot this? So that was the first situation he told me from the whole movie. I said, I requested, sir, in the song last, which I will compose in the end. Let's finish all the other songs. He said, he smiled, he understood what I meant. Then he said, okay, then we finish everything. Who's the hero? That is Ella part Mudichno. Finally, correct, my brother gifted me a piano, like surprise gift on my birthday. So that was the first song I composed on that piano. So he said he wants to shoot the song in reverse in slow motion. Now here, like what you asked, more than my knowledge of music, my observation of other techniques, other crafts actually greatly helped me a lot of times. Now you can't just think as a musician to make this song. He said we have to shoot in reverse. The whole thing is in reverse and in slow motion. Okay. Now there are two things difficult here. When it is in reverse, if you want to shoot but the lip should be forward means, now you have to shoot the entire lyric sounding in reverse, which means you have to reverse the wave file and write down that thing and then learn that reverse sound, then act forward singing the reverse lyric. So in the final, you will walk backward singing the forward lyric. Can we even understand this? Only Kamal Hassan sir could do this. But for me to understand, it won't be enough if I was just a musician. I'm interested in cameras, editing, all nonsense, all unnecessary things I'm interested in. But sometimes those unnecessary things only help us. Okay, so but the catch is he said slow motion, which means the audio has to run double speed. So if you reverse in the full song, the original speed. The double speed. So either record either he wrote down and he has to learn that. He has to act in this speed in the reverse lyric. Cut. Now play. Then okay. So this is the greatness of what he did. Now I'll also tell you the greatness of what he did. What I so I'm just kidding. Compared to Kamal sir, I'm just blessed and grateful that I even got to see him first of all, then to work with him. So, but out of what he said, what I observed was, so technically it is okay. I can just make a good song and give it out to him, then it becomes only the actor's headache to reverse and learn and all that. So what if I had made a song like, for example, let's say, Tane Tannana Teri Jalaka Sharifin Srivalli. இது ரிவர்ஸ் பண்ணா ரொம்ப ஃபாஸ்ட் ஆயிடும். அவ்வளவுதான் வரும். ஒண்ணுமே புரியாது. Okay, so it's impossible. So I had to calculate. Reverse ஆனப்புறம் கூட, even after we reverse the sound, that sound should be understandable. Even after we make it double speed, it should be still singable. That means original composition should be very, very slow. Then it should not drag, but that slow should be interesting. Okay, right? That's why I came out with that phrase. Neelavaram. Neeyum nanum. I made the main tune like this. இப்போ இது ரிவர்ஸ் பண்ணா ஃபாஸ்ட் ஆயிடும்ல, பட் இது எவ்வளவு நேரம் கேக்குறது? So this should not sound boring. So I put that piano. Ching, ching, ching. The piano under speed is okay then. Only the lyric speed doesn't matter. So the piano is the piano is the thing that is actually holding the tempo for the listener's mind. Ching, pang, pang, pang. Neelavaram. Neeyum nanum. Kanjale Sakiyam Kaigale Tarara. So everything I gave too much of legato spaces. So in between the legatos, we have to do musically something interesting. Tarara, all violins on that. So that's how I did. That's why nobody was able to believe that it's a 5/8.
Yes, yes.
They were thinking it is like chang, chang, chang. A lot of times I had an argument with the musicians itself. That is 5/8, but they were saying it's not 5/8. That's how I made that song. So that takita valuation also helped a lot for me to bring in more things in a faster way, yet keeping the tune in a slow way.
Like you rightly said, until the rhythm kicks in, nobody can figure out it's a 5/8. Yeah, so that's the beauty of the composition, and hats off to him.
Thank you.
Very round of applause.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
ಧರ್ಮ, ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದು ಈ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? 5/8 ಆ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಲೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ತಲೆ ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ക്കാം.
Full complications. But the day I composed this song, that was the day when Kamal sir came and held my shoulders like this. Great job. When he went back to the office, I was getting. That's what he said. He said only one word: great job. Then I was getting calls from his studio, his office. Collecting glass. So Kamal sir is going on talking, raving about you. He's praising you so much. I said, my Janma is made, I thought.
So all the musicians and the music students, if you want to, treat this like a case study and please note this down, Neelavanam, and later you go and watch this. It's amazing, and you'll be very happy to watch it. I can promise you on that. So moving on, let's also talk a little bit about background scoring and how you approach background scoring. I also worked on a lot of background scores. For me, usually what happens, we have different kind of sequences. We might have a fight sequence that we're working on that particular day, or maybe a very dramatic sequence. For me, I'm unable to come out of it. We work on one particular sequence the whole day. Let's say we work in a fight. I come back home and I'm still in the same zone. It's very tough for me to zone out of that. And the same thing happens when you're working on a dramatic sequence. You still probably feeling very low, or you feel the emotions are still carried with you when you get home. And how does it work with you? You do feel the same, or you snap out of it?
Actually, this is a great point again, because as musicians, we are the most sensible. Musicians are very, very sensible. Sensitive.
Yeah.
Of course, we are all sensible, but we are more sensitive. That is the problem. But that is not the problem. That's the positive side of it, and also a little problematic because we get into the zone of the music that we make. But then I think we should learn the art of not getting into it, or getting out of it as soon as we do it. So I think I've been quite able to achieve that. So that's why I was able to answer the question when you said, what kind of high do you get when making an item song? For me, everything is the same, right? For me, the requirement is more important. So for example, there's a song in Rajasthan called Orayo. Okay, Orayo, Orayo. It makes you very sad, whole song. After making, I was even scared to listen to it sometimes. Because it was not because of just the song, because it was reminding me of so many other things in life. Like when I lost my guru, it is a father feeling sad that he lost his son. I was relating the whole song because I was sitting by the side of my guru's father. And I felt this whole agony that time when I lost my Mahalakshmi. When I made this song, somehow those visuals were coming. That was the reason. So like that we attach some experience of our own to something like that. And like that, when I made this song called Chal Chalo Chalo, like the same, when director narrated that situation to me, Trivikram sir, as he was narrating to me, I got a call saying that my guru, Malleshwaram, was in hospital and he was in quite a serious situation. I said, what are you saying? He was okay, right? And all that. So then Trivikram sir said, no, I think you are a little worried. Let's call up the city for today. I'll come tomorrow. He went. But after he left, I came up with this tune. Chal chalo chalo, like the same, ido got the chapter, just say hello. Now, hello, meet life. This is a new chapter, just say hello. Because I was not able to believe that my Anna, அவர் வந்து God எனக்கு. God எதுக்கு ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் வச்சிருக்காங்க? You understand? So, அந்த பெயின்ல இருந்து வந்த ஒரு song, but according to the situation, the song cannot be sung painfully. It has to be sung
motivational song,
motivation, but at the same time very philosophical. But see how that situation, that night when Trivikram sir said, it's okay, you take rest or you take care of this, don't panic, you'll sit another day. But I called him in the night, saying, sir, you come back. Something came out of this pain. He came, he heard, he hugged me. Like that, that's what I said. Always use, and not even use, just be in the zone. Your pain, your happiness, your depression, your stress, everything will only take you through a good path. When you just surrender yourself to the path that you want to go through. And as long as the path is good. So that's what has always been happening to me.
I think that's one good thing happens to a lot of musicians where they can channelize their emotions to
Exactly.
in a creative space
Exactly.
by composing something.
So I can parallelly compose an orayo and an item song and a love song and a devotional song, everything parallelly. Like I can make a bit of this, then go make a bit of this. I have that. I think I consider my whole life as a live concert on stage. You go on stage, feel my love. And I'm sorry. Amudo, let's do cool. How are you switching? Actually, very, very long back, even when I was in school, I used to participate in a lot of dance competitions. Right? So there used to be a competition called Adaptune, which taught me a lot about life. Or maybe I adapted that whole Adaptune to my life. Long way back, one of my friends, she asked me, like, how are you always in a very happy zone? Not now, I'm talking way back, in the beginning of my career. So, how are you always in a happy zone, not being disturbed? I said, I think I used to participate in Adaptune when I was a kid. I think that I said, what do you mean? You know what they do in Adaptune? They just call you to the stage. You won't know it's a dance competition, but you won't know the song. Okay, I don't know if that is happening nowadays anymore, but I think that should happen. That's one of the most beautiful competitions that you would ever go through. So they just put you on stage. Now the whole crowd is watching you. Like inter-school competition, there'll be like 50, 60 schools like watching you, and the next participant is from another school like that. So you'll be on stage, not knowing what they're going to play. Suddenly they'll be you'll be dancing. Suddenly they'll shift to and the least time you take to shift from your mood, your expressions, your body language, your dance from each song to each song is what actually gives you the marks. Without then you're losing marks.
Least latency transition. Yeah.
Exactly, that's a good word. Least latency transition. So I think once you're used to all that, right, you will get used to life also, least latency transition. When you're sad, you're sad. When you're happy, you're happy. Because you know that you're anyways not going to be happy always. There's nobody is trying to keep you happy. Everybody around you, most of them are trying to keep you sad. Okay. So I heard a beautiful quote actually. Somebody said, life is actually a journey from one sad incident to another sad incident. In between, some happy incident might happen, it seems. How beautiful it is. If you accept this, so then first you'll be prepared that this and okay, now you know that. So you'll actually celebrate that. Otherwise, every day if it is Diwali means what you will enjoy. First time Tata Biryani is super second, third day chip, crackers need the fourth day shut all the doors. I'm ready. This is giving me a headache. That's what happens, right? That's how happiness also. அது வந்து போயிட்டே இருக்கும். So be prepared for that. And why I'm talking about happiness is that because when you're prepared, when you're prepared to accept any kind of challenge in your life, right? Then even this work is like that. Your item song is other challenge than that. Absolutely, absolutely.
And like I was talking earlier, the process of background scoring. Do you read the script initially and then you have the music already in your head? And like you rightly said, when you read the script, you imagine it to be in a certain way. But when you actually watch what is being shot, it's going to be completely different.
Yeah.
Because that's the imagination of a different person. So now you have to, adapt to that person's imagination and then support that imagination with your music. So how do you, get into that zone of creating background score?
Exactly. So I think even filmmaking is like life, in like relationships, like friendships. Like none of us are all the same, right? We like other people for a few things only, and we accept all the other things that we don't like because of the few things that we like. That's how even movie making is. So you will like a few things or most of the things that the director says, and the director also might like a few bits or most of the bits that you give. Okay, but all the other differences of opinion, that is the beauty, right? That is a surprise factor. If I know that okay, I'm saying such a script to this guy, he's going to give me this music. It's already expected. So what is the big surprise in that? So something that comes out of the box, which good or bad is a later part, but something that comes out of an unexpected nature is a surprise. Sometimes that might become a masterpiece. So for that you need trust. The director has to trust you. You have to trust the director. When you give a song, you have to trust that the director is going to make the best out of this. The actor is going to do the best out of this. And when the director gives you the movie, the producer or actors, they give the movie, you have to trust, okay, this guy is going to do the best. Because trust changes the perspective of the people who are working on the project. Okay? Trust increases the confidence of the people working on the project. This perspective and confidence, when they are at peaks, it changes the result of the entire project. That's why very few projects become masterpieces, because not because of the script, not because of the songs, not because of the camera, not because of the trust of all the technicians put together. அதில் நிறைய வாட்டி நம்ம நினைப்போம் ஏன் இந்த படம் ஓகே தான் எனக்கு ஏன் இப்படி ஹிட் ஆச்சு, அது நம்மளுக்கு சம்பந்தமே இல்லை. The trust that those guys had on each other, and the confidence levels that they had, நாங்கள் ஒரு படம் எடுத்துருக்கோம் பாருங்கடா, they are proud of each other, right? I have always observed this. When you are proud of all your technicians, when all your technicians are proud of each other, the movie never fails. Okay, sometimes even if it fails, it does not fail in a shameful way. Why I'm saying this? There were a few films, a few of the best films. Like there is a film called, like the same director. We made Pushpa 2, right? We made Neno Kadine. In fact, which is very, very superiorly technical film, and I love Mahesh Babu sir's Neno Kadine. Okay, that film commercially didn't do well. But till today, we're all so proud of that film. And that film got the biggest name for me as a music composer, for Subbu sir as a director, for Mahesh Babu sir as an actor, for Ratnaveli sir as a cameraman, for the producer for making a good movie, for all. But movie, commercially failed. But the high that we get. So we can never define, there is no formula, and that's the most beautiful thing. But why did that happen that day? We won't know the reason. But that energy, that positivity, that trust, and because of that background score, because of that song, or because of that cinematography, for other reason, we got much bigger projects later. And without that film, we wouldn't have got those. So that means it is actually a success. Till today, people appreciate me for those songs and that music. And Rajamouli sir did an interview with Sukumar sir and appreciated him for making that film, and especially he told, I can't imagine how Devi imagined the background score of this, and he's the only person who actually rightly observed my mind. He said Devi imagined the whole background score from the mind of the hero's character, because hero is he has those all these illusions and all happening, right? So I treated the entire background score. If anybody has watched that film, and if you want to watch it later, thank you, sir. So there are some scenes, these are very nice thing for background score, nice example. There are few things, the villain comes and talks to Mahesh Babu sir. Then he goes back, then again he comes, okay? Then just now this guy came, right? Why is he coming again? But the first time was an imagination, okay? The second time is real. But both the times it's the same background score for the same villain because I composed a theme for it. But both the times the treatment is different. First time I would have extended the hero's theme, the backing of the hero's theme, the same style into the villain's theme because hero is actually imagining it. He's not really there. Second time when he comes, the same thing, the melody is the same, but entire drum kit, everything is different. Okay, this I didn't crave that people should compliment me for this and all. Because the real quality of a musician should be, we should never crave for anybody to appreciate us. Then good work flows. But I was so happy when Rajamouli sir actually observed this and said, so entire music score I treated like that. So anybody who watches it for a second time or third time, right, you will know that it is the same theme but playing in two different ways. One is the hero's mind, the other is actually the reality.
Yeah, like you rightly said, also, like most of the musicians work towards making good work. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I believe too.
True.
Yeah, so when you talk about, like it happens and taking you forward, this one thing I always wanted to know about Ringa Ringa and how did Ringa Ringa reach Pinka Chaka? What was that transition? How did that reach there?
So when we made Ringa Ringa, it was like super viral, right? Like it was there. We made it only in one language, but it was like I think actually Aunt Amapur was the first song that actually became pan-Indian, even in Telugu when we made it. Okay, then Ringa Ringa again became like that. It became much bigger, and then there was one more song. Kalese Annam Padta Na 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 Na. That started playing in all clubs all over abroad. So this when Ringa Ringa released, when it was playing, I got a call from Salman Bhai's team saying Salman Bhai wants to talk to you, and then he called me. He said he happened to hear the song Ringa Ringa in Mauritius or somewhere in a club or something. So he loved the song and he called someone, the audio label or something. He said, whose song is this? This is so lovely. And then said he's Devi. So then he found out and called. And that's how he said, I want this song. And I felt so happy, differently. But then the tricky part was, in Telugu it was a female song. In Hindi, it's a duet, but predominantly male song. So we had to make it according to that. And then he took it to another international level with that step in his pocket. The dance in his pocket step.
Okay, so like when we talk about music and songs that is coming in the film, and there's also a lot of independent music which hasn't been able to reach the right audiences or reach audiences at all. So do you think that songs in the being a part of the film has got a better scope of reaching the audience? Is it because of the stars that are involved, or is it because of the visual appeal? What is the difference?
Yeah, that's definitely a reason, because in India, other than in India, like how we said, so there are two things to this. Like how we said, only in India we have this charm of songs being a part of commercial or mainstream cinema. All around the world, unless and otherwise it is a musical, there are no songs in it, right? So that is the charm. But on the other hand, the rest of the world, musicians are always on the top, like pop singers, musicians, performers. There's live shows, live concert, and then cinema, right? Only in India it's the other way around. Cinema, people know it more because it's mass media. So that way, reaching a song through cinema is differently easier because there are budgets to promote, and there are reasons for. There are more than 100 reasons. So some people might like the hero, some people might like the heroine, some people might like the director, some people might like the singer, the music composer, the lyricist. There are so many reasons attached to one song to become. And above all this, then they have budgets to push it or promote it and all that. But when it comes to independent music, all these things will be lacking. If the song is a hit, it has to solely become a hit on the strength of the song itself, which is a good thing. So I really always appreciate people when they make a song. I started as an independent artist only. I started, like I said, right? They asked me to change my name and all that. We did an album that time called Devi. I named it Mr. Devi because I didn't want people to think that I was a girl. So a lot of people used to think that. So even in school, I studied in a boys' school, and unfortunately my father put me in a boys' school. So at that time I didn't know.
So all the imagination is running wild now.
I didn't know the repercussions of that time. But my friends used to call in the evening, right? Like Devi Sri Prasad. So they used to bashed by their parents. Hey, who's this girl Devi you're talking to and all that. So, but anyway, jokes apart. So, but now the independent music is like becoming huge, and it has always been huge in the north and in the when we were kids, I used to listen to like Apache and Baba Cycle and Ali Chino. I then
That was one of the biggest hits.
yeah. And then Adnan Samiji and all these people came up, and it was always happening there because also of the culture. In North, for everything they need music. Somebody is born, they celebrate music. Somebody is getting married, they celebrate music. Somebody is lost somewhere, they celebrate music. Somebody is dead, they celebrate music. Somebody is they celebrate life, which is quite lacking in the South. Suma part about hey, Suma part about that we say first. But I'm happy that nowadays music is printed more and we are celebrating. Actually, Father, more styles of music and more varieties actually in the South. Right.
Yeah.
So, but I'm so happy that nowadays a lot of people, even from Tamil, a lot of bands, a lot of new musicians, they're making independent music. From Kannada, they're making. From Malayalam, they're making a lot of rap artists. I can see. So Telugu, there are a lot of young rap artists and Hindi though is always there. So I'm happy that there are channels dedicated in the north to only private music, like independent music. I wish in south also there are channels and on TV channels dedicated to independent music. That would be great. But on the contrary, if a song is good nowadays, it is becoming so viral that sometimes it is even dominating the movie songs. And in spite of being a movie composer, I'm still proud of that fact. And let's give a huge round of applause to those independent musicians because I know the pain of an independent musician. I used to take my cycle and keep cycling to that time existing sound, audio labels like Magnus Sound, Sony, all this. I used to go to Sun TV. I said, sir, I want to make a Gemini TV and all that. I want to make a music video. I want to put it in your channel. And I was a teenage fellow who was going in a cycle, and I was also good at sports. I was a district level sports champion and all that. Why I'm saying that I was so innocent, I used to take my sports certificate with me to show it to them that I'm talented. Can you give me a chance to make a music video? But they never used to understand. If you're good in sports, go to sports. Now, why you want to come to music? So I said, but this is what I have now, right now. What to show you like that? So what I'm saying, I know the pains that an independent musician who wants to write himself, make a song, make a music video, what all the difficulties that goes through is not an ordinary joke. But I'm glad that nowadays there are a lot of labels supporting independent music and putting a lot of artists on the thing. But even then, only if the song is really good, it will work. But at this point, I also would like to humbly make a request to all the music labels. Please support the artist. Please don't take advantage of the artist in the sense like some people say, okay, song, we'll just put it. If it becomes a hit, no, help them out. Help them out because they're all real musicians. To make a song is not an easy job because not every family would support a musician. There might be a father or a mother saying, hey, can you do music buddy? They might give them deadlines. In spite of all the other struggles they are going through, they're still going through the struggle of making a song. So be kind to people and understand the struggles that they're going through. If you can be kind and understand the struggles, right, half the problem, not actually 90% of the problems in this world will be solved. Like when you want to see, if a big music label identifies a talent, and if they wholeheartedly think, let me help this kid, imagine what will be his future. So, okay, what if they think, okay, let me exploit this kid? There's just these two decisions. Don't exploit the artist. I know there are so many labels who are doing great job in promoting, but all the labels, please do come forward. You're anyways making your own money through movies and all that. So make the lives also. You make money, but at the same time make the lives of a lot of young artists, upcoming artists, because in future, all these people are the people we are going to listen to making nice songs and we're going to dance on their songs.
That's it. I think this message should reach everybody, all the producers and the audio labels. And it's been a great.
And also, interestingly, whenever, in case, even not from now, even when I started my career, I was always very, very clear about my future. Like, I fixed in my mind that I'm unstoppable. I won't stop. Come what may. Okay? Hurdles are the most interesting. Okay? Otherwise, life will be boring. இப்போ நல்ல ரோடு வந்து பியூட்டிஃபுல் ரோடு, பட் ஆஃப்டர் யூ வாக் half a kilometer you be like, why we appreciate mountains? Because they are so unpredictable. There are a lot of ups and downs. இந்த பக்கம் பார்க்கும்போது இவ்வளவுதானா, அங்க போன பொறுத்த இன்னும் அவ்வளவா, இன்னும் அவ்வளவா. But while coming back you won't find it interesting because you already found out. That's why take a different route while coming. Don't come back the same route. Never come back the same route that you went. Experiment. பரவாயில்ல, ஒன்னும் ஆகாது. You will only find another height. Okay, அந்த மாதிரி just keep experimenting. Keep this one life சொல்றாங்கல்ல, அதுல do all the good things, do all the best things, do everything that you want. But remember the first word I said, not at the expense of any other's feelings.
Fantastic. That's great. So these were, I have a lot of questions that I asked, and we have a lovely audience here. And anybody has any questions? Yes, sir.
No questions.
Yeah, my words.
Next birthday.
Okay.
Birthday.
You black ಹಾಕಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಣಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ವೈಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಕಾಣಿಸಿದ್ರು. Okay,
firstly, we would like to thank the BIFFes and Sadhu Kopila sir for bringing this session. This was really magic. Because Sadhu is a music composer, Dharma is a music composer, we are a great music composer. So just a straight question.
Because of DSP.
Yes, because of you as a super duper DSP magic.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, a wonderful session. A straight question. Do you regret doing any music in your career?
Sir, I don't regret anything in life, sir. That's why you always ask about it. But it's a very good question. In my career, sir, there is a quotation that I've read, I've written a very important quotation. Never regret anything in life that put a smile on your lips. அவ்வளோதான். இன்னைக்கு ஒரு விஷயம் என்ஜாய் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா அதை பத்தி நாளைக்கு யோசிச்சு கவலைப்படவே படாதீங்க. Never regret, because what happened today happened because of today's. அதுதான் வந்து கீதோபதேசம்ல பகவத்கீதையில கிருஷ்ணர் சொல்லி, என்ன நடந்ததோ நன்றாகவே நடந்தது, என்ன நடக்கிறதோ நன்றாகவே நடக்குது, என்ன நடக்க போகிறதோ நன்றாகவே நடக்க போகிறது. Just believe in that. அந்த 3 லைன்ல the whole life is there actually. And always one more important thing, we read, lot of people, I don't read books. And the 4 word were இல்லையா, 4 word, when you open and I start reading everything. I'm such a first reader. If you keep competition for readers, I'll be the last fellow. Okay, first readers are first fellow. Okay, but my dad, my sister, my mom, my brother, they just flip through the row and recipe like that my dad is. They keep reading. Okay, that's why I'm talking in a funny fact of it. But a lot of other people I see who read books, gain knowledge. Don't gain knowledge if you're not going to put it to use in life. It is a waste. Knowledge becomes baggage.
I think that's the difference between gaining information and gaining knowledge.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
Yeah, gaining knowledge, it becomes knowledge only when you put it to use. Otherwise, it's just data, information. அது இருந்தாலும் அது ஹார்ட் டிஸ்க், அது ஓபன் பண்ணி நம்மளே எடுத்துக்கணும். It's a waste. There is a hard disk. The hard disk cannot do anything unless and until you put it, plug into a computer, do it on Photoshop or video editing, whatever. இதான் ஒன்று யூஸ் பண்ணணும் டேட்டாவை, இல்லையா? அது மாதிரி lot of people, they are reading books, they are talking about a lot of things, but all the books என்ன சொல்லுது finally, like take a Mahabharata, take a whatever, என்ன religious or பெரிய legendary books or all you take, finally it will end up saying be kind to people, which I said little bit. But how many of us are being kind to people? Why you are reading books? Don't read. Instead of reading the books and not being kind to people, don't read the books and don't be kind to people. Understand?
So bottom line is, be kind to people, be kind to everybody, will not regret anything.
Yeah, exactly. Neither so nice. Don't regret to people. It is an elaborated answer because you have to understand, and most of the time I also say, we are used to listening to the words and not listening to the intentions. Listening to the intentions is more important, sir. இப்போ நீங்க இருக்கீங்க, ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்ட் இருப்பான். ஃப்ரெண்ட் எப்படி, how does a friend tell us when we want to do something, மச்சான் just shut up, don't do it, அப்படி சொல்லி he'll go off. We can't hate that fellow because why he's saying don't do it, but we have to read his intentions. Why he's saying don't do it, அதுல love இருக்கும். Don't do it because if you do this that might happen, I don't want you to go through that. That is the intention. Another fellow on the other hand might come, sir, super, நீங்க பண்ணி பாருங்க, பண்ண சொல்றான், ஆனா there might be some cricket plan behind that. இது பண்ணா மௌனே intention. Sometimes the words might sound harsh, intentions are sweet. அது மாதிரி அதோட இதுதான் இதெல்லாம். Yes sir. Hello sir. Sir, the mic is Give me some crackling noise.
I know you're very talented. I was saying,
But it's getting cut. Yeah, I think it's probably the mic or the battery. The first mic.
hello.
Yeah, now it's better. Sir, can you please put that mic off?
That's the problem.
Okay.
I have seen
Now clear, sir.
I've seen many of your films. You are very talented, but the magic which worked in Pushpa 1 did not work in Pushpa 2. Yeah, right. The films like Shankar made Indian 2 and Game Changer or Goat or Leo, all of them are worst films. Right?
No. Let him say. No, it's okay, sir. Let him say. That's his vision.
Okay. Let me finish, sir. I'm trying to say something. Please, I'm trying to
Sir, let him ask, sir.
ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮದ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Yes, sir. And what I am asking is, if you had got that 4 films which I have mentioned, what would you have done in the position of Anirudh, who is in a pathetic condition?
Sir,
I think it's a magic of music, so we can go ahead with talking about the magic here. It's not a critical session. So, yeah.
Sir, namaste. I am here, sir.
One minute.
Let him answer.
Not here.
We're talking about the magic of music. So we are not going to talk about what has failed and how. So let us be positive about the whole thing. Like be kind and be positive and don't regret whatever you've done. So let's take that more and let's go to the next question.
sir, நீங்க கேட்ட கேள்வி பட்டனே வந்துச்சு சார்.
Sir, DSP ji.
Sir.
DSP sir. I'm here.
Sir, sorry.
And the energy, secret sir. Your energy.
And music, sir.
Music is
Yes, energy.
Main thing is music, sir. Second thing, like I don't regret anything. Always be
Ask
positive.
good questions.
Kind.
Sir,
Yes,
namaste.
yes, ma'am, please.
Hi, Sir, sir. namaste.
Hi,
I'm
ma'am.
a big fan of you.
Thank you,
I've
ma'am.
been loving your music, loving your work, and I've grown up listening to your songs.
Thank you.
I'm curious to know what is your favorite song out of all your compositions, and which song haunts you the most?
இதுதான் கஷ்டமான கேள்வி. For a very sincere artist, like you say, இது வந்து ரொம்ப old answer, ma'am. Like how you ask your mother, like which is your favorite kid, most favorite kid. அது மாதிரி தான் இது. Because while doing that song, I'm really enjoying that. It might work, sometimes it might not work, or it might work later, or sometimes it might work later. We don't know.
And so many times, there are so many songs which haven't worked and that is still your favorite.
Yeah,
That
of course. Sir, actually, I tell you, sir, என்ன கேட்டா, till now, I do not know which song of mine has got how many views. Okay, till now, I do not know of all these years of my experience. I do not know which movie of mine collected how much. Once somebody sent me, sir, you're the only music director with the maximum number of 100 million, 200 million views or something.
What is the last question?
I didn't even go through that because I'm not making music for that actually.
Come out and ask.
What I enjoy the most is from the time I get a thought process, right, when I hear the whole song, that is my excitement point. From that to putting it onto the speakers till you guys hear it. Avada. So that purpose is done. Every song has a purpose. When I achieve that purpose and I get excited. And one more thing, man. When I compose a song, I just step back and listen to it like an outsider. And from that time itself, I disown the song. And if it is still making me as excited as I was when I was composing it, that means it's a good song. And every song has a purpose. Like, for example, like if it is a song like Oreo, or if I'm in an attempt to make a song like Oreo, when I step back and listen to it, instead of making me cry, it is making me dance like that. That means that's a bad song for that situation. But still, that song might work somewhere else, right? So there is nothing called in movie music, sir. There is nothing called good song, bad song. Is this the right song or the wrong song for that situation only? So, and as I said, I only enjoy that process, and I never followed how many views and all it has. So latest success actually never mattered to me. And like I said, the latest success actually doesn't belong to you. No. Because like I said, there will be some 100 million reasons. But one point I agree, I also think that after like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, like how we are talking about Ringa now. Like after 3 years, we are talking about Pushpa, right? Then we talk about Pushpa 2, we talk about yeah. Sir, you back the So after a few years, if they're still talking about the song, that means then the song can take the credit. Which means out of hype, it can only stay for a little time. It can become a blockbuster at that time. It can have some billion views also. But love for the song will not stay because of hype. The new love Madri.
Yeah.
Ama.
So, like you said, but very sorry, we have to wrap it up now because there's another show that's happening soon after this. And thank you so much.
I'm surprised you all.
15, that is happening. Nandi, nice grounds. I mean, Nandi Link ground here.
Nandi Link ground. BIC.
Nice grounds.
Exhibition center.
BIC. Tumkur, yes, Delmanga.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a nice grounds. And one more thing is, yeah, the same place where
Exhibition center.
So, Anni ki valde, we are going to make Sadashivnagar dance on the stage. Sir, we are going to show you anything.
Yes, sir.
No, you have to dance with me.
Coming there and dancing with you.
Yes, sir. Yes. Who are Tala? Antia mama, antia mama.
ಈಗ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಕಂಪೋಸರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ ಜನ್ಮಾಷ್ಟಮಿ ಮಾಡಿದ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ 16th ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಫೆಸ್ಟಿವಲ್ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಧರ್ಮ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಅದು ಸರ್ ಒಂದು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್, ಈಗ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಸರ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಸರ್ ಅದು DSP ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನಲ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ
ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಸರ್, ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್. ಹೌದು ಎಸ್
ನಾವು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಡೀ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್. ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನಲ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್.
actually work first. Correct. Sir, please, everyone has to ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬನ್ನಿ, ಫೋಟೋಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೋಣೆ ಹತ್ರ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಈ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಒಂದು ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಶೋ ಇದೆ, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬನ್ನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಸೊ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡಿ. ಸರ್ ಫೋಟೋ ಕೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡಲ್ಲ 3 ತಗೋಬೋದು. ಹೊರಗಡೆ 3 ಫೋಟೋ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಆಡಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತೊಳಿತೇವೆ.
ಸರ್, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಡೋರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು